Hey, this is Scott Bradley from the NFL in My Opinion, and I'm going to do a quick rundown of this week's games and let you know who I think is going to win. First, we have Arizona at Baltimore, and Baltimore just came off a terrible loss, and I feel like they're going to come out and trounce the Cardinals. They'll probably beat them by at least 3 touchdowns, and the Cardinals will go back to Arizona 1-6. The next game is Minnesota at Carolina. And Cam Newton is playing very well with help of Steve Smith. And I think that Carolina is going to roll over Christian Ponder and the Vikings. It might be a 2-score game, but in the end it's going to look pretty bad for the Vikings. I don't think Ponder does very well. The next game is Jacksonville at Houston. And Houston is starting to take control of their division. And with a win against Jacksonville in Houston, I think they're going to spread themselves even farther out apart from the rest of the pack, and I think Blaine Gabbert plays another underachieving game as a rookie quarterback. The next game is the Giants, or the Miami at the Giants, and Brandon Marshall made a prediction on Twitter saying that the Dolphins are going to win their game against the Giants, but I don't think so. The Dolphins are playing pretty bad this year. Chad Henne's out for the rest of the year. Matt Moore is an under-par quarterback, and he won't play very well. The Giants get a convincing win, and the game will be over by the start of the fourth quarter. The next game is the Saints at the Rams, and Spagnuolo ruled out Sam Bradford once again, so A.J. Feeley is going to be the starting quarterback for the Rams. And that doesn't bode well for them at all. It's probably the safest bet because they want to beat the Saints with Bradford either. So the Saints roll. It won't be as convincing as their game against the Colts last week, but they will beat the Rams handily by probably 3 touchdowns. The next game is intriguing to me. It's the Colts at the Titans, and the Titans are playing pretty bad lately, especially Chris Johnson, as I stated in my blog post about Chris Johnson. And I think the Colts at 0-7 will get a victory against the Titans this week. I think Painter plays well, even though it's at Tennessee. I think that they will do well enough to beat the Titans, and there will be a lot of question marks in Tennessee after this game. The next game is Washington at Buffalo, and Buffalo needs this win to get themselves moving again, and Washington needs this win because they didn't look very good at all last week. And John Beck needs to prove himself as a good starting quarterback if he wants to keep his job over Rex Grossman. I think Buffalo wins this game, though. It's at Buffalo. And Ryan Fitzpatrick's got a big deal. He might be excited, happy. They'll do well. Steve Johnson will score a touchdown or 2. And Buffalo will win this game. Next we have Detroit at Denver. And the Tebow show showed up last week in the fourth quarter against Miami. And Denver didn't play well the whole game until the end of the game when they won with Tebow's heroics. But I don't think Tebow's heroics will win them the game this week. Detroit's too good. Just because they had 2 losses in the last 2 weeks, I don't think that that's not going to be affect them at all. I think they come out, win this game, they'll go 6-2 and move on next week. Next we have New England at Pittsburgh, and this is a marquee game, marquee 3:15 Central Time game. I think Pittsburgh wins this game. It'll be close. It'll be tough. Tom Brady's going to come out and play hard. Ben Roethlisberger's going to play hard. Probably not as well as he played last week, but he'll play well. And Mike Wallace score a touchdown. Hines Ward might score a touchdown, and they'll win this game by 3 to 7 points. Next game is Cleveland at San Francisco. San Francisco has a really nice lead in their division right now, and the next closest is Seattle at 2-4. So the division looks pretty bad. And I think San Francisco pulls themselves even farther ahead this week when they beat the Cleveland Browns, who are scratching in 4th place at 3-3 in their division, and I think they're going to fall farther behind than they are now, and this will pretty much end their playoff hopes. Even though it'll only be 7 games in, they'll be 3-4. There's no way they can come back in that good of a division. Next we have Cincinnati at Seattle, and this game will prove if Cincinnati's actually a good team or not. Seattle isn't very good this year, but Cincinnati's 4-2, and some people don't think that their record shows that they're actually that good. But I think Andy Dalton, who's playing pretty well this year so far for a rookie, is going to come out, throw some nice passes to A.J. Green. A.J. Green might score 2 touchdowns. And they go to Seattle and beat Seattle in Seattle. And it'll be a good victory for them. They'll be 5-2, and they'll be tied for second in the division with the Baltimore Ravens. The Sunday night game is Dallas at Philadelphia. And this is a huge game for the Eagles. When Michael Vick needs a huge game, they're 2-4 right now. Dallas is 3-3. They're both fighting for the division, with the Giants leading at 4-2 right now, and the Redskins are also 3-3 along with Dallas. So this is huge, and this is at Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia comes out, makes a huge statement, proves that they're going to try to make a run for the playoffs, and I think they will make a run for the playoffs. But first they have to get past Dallas, and I think they do that convincingly. Vic might throw a pick or two, but he's going to run, he's going to throw, he's going to do enough to beat the Cowboys. The last game, the Monday night game, is San Diego at Kansas City. And I think Kansas City isn't playing very well this year, but Matt Castle is a good quarterback, and he will play well. Jackie Battle will probably play well, but I think the Chargers are too much to handle. Castle throws a pick or two, probably only 1 pick, but the Chargers, Phillip Rivers, does very well. Gets a victory after last week's dismal performance in the second half against the Jets. That is my Week 8 rundown and my predictions. Tell me if you think I'm right. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. And check out my blog, NFLinmyopinion.blogspot.com. Or check me out on Facebook. It's Facebook/NFL in my opinion, or at NFL in my opinion on Twitter. Thanks.